Okay. Hey babe. So I'm gonna show you pretty much all the builds that I have. So this is Arc, Void. This is my Well of Radiance one. This is my Prismatic one. So the first one I'm gonna show you is the Void. Um, so this is a new director, so this all looks new. And I'm gonna go to the shooting range, firing range, same thing. This is also new to me and you, because you haven't played in forever. But this was new to me when I started playing. So this is the Void setup. So this is my unstoppable gun. This is not really going to be used very much, only to stun unstoppable champions. So this is my wave splitter. This is my exotic trace rifle. I'm using this because the catalyst has attrition orbs. Dealing sustained damage creates an orb of power, which gives me more super energy, and dealing sustained damage creates an explosion around the target that suppresses the target, meaning they take more damage from this weapon and other weapons, and that's why I'm pairing it up with the refurbished A499. I just got this like 20 minutes ago. It has a really good roll, aggregated charge. This weapon deals more damage for each elemental debuff. So suppression from my trace rifle and from my fragments, your void grenades weaken targets, and that's what my vortex grenade is. And so does my super. It weakens the target. This suppresses the target, and this will deal like 2 times more damage. I'm pairing it up with flared mag for fast reload and especially snapshot sight, faster ADS, stability is increased. And this is my exotic armor piece, Skull of Dire Ahamkara. After casting a Nova Bomb, which is what my super is, briefly gain a free cast of a fast-moving but weaker Nova Bomb lance, and your Nova Bomb Cataclysm is empowered if detonated with another Nova Bomb, which is what the Nova Bomb lance is. Nova Bomb final blows and weapon final blows while you have Devour grant super energy. And Devour is what this is. Defeating a target with any void ability activates Devour. And what Devour does is it increases my health regen and grenade energy. And the grenades weaken targets. And you're seeing the people come online. That's just people from the clan. Healing Rift. This is what the Child of the Old God does. You cast a rift to create a Void Soul. When you damage a target with a weapon, your Void Soul flees to them and drains them. Doing damage weakens them. Combatants affected by the soul are also briefly suppressed. This goes perfectly with the trace rifle and the exotic armor piece. I'm just going to make sure I'm recording. Okay, I am. Sorry. This is not like super important. I'm only using this because it's an aggressive burst SMG, and this is my DPS, my most damage, and I'm going to show you in a second. So we're in the firing range. This is wave splitter. This is the trace rifle I'm using. This is the sniper. Sorry, I've never used this before. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna show you exactly what my build is for. So with this 4-piece armor set, this is what it does. So the 2-piece is pretty unimportant. I'm never really going to be using it, but the 4-piece is very important. So final blows while your super is active, refund super energy when it ends. So I'm going to show you an adjustment right now. So kill these guys. That's the second Nova Bomb lance. And look, half of my super is already back on the bottom left right there. And my grenade over there sucks them in, and I get orbs of power from this. This is the SMG, not very useful, especially long range like I just did, but so these are just really bad enemies. So let me show you what the suppression actually does. Hold on. Let's get this one right. So when I shoot it, you will see like it's just normal, and then there's going to be like a secondary explosion, and what that does, it suppresses the target, and if I throw my vortex grenade, it's going to weaken it, and then if I use my sniper rifle, the damage is going to be insane. So hold on. See, that was the suppression. That's the weakening. And then that's the sniper damage. So 3,000 damage is really good. So without any of the debuffs, we're going to wait for my stuff to go away in a second. We're going to see how much damage it is. So just 568. So that's why all those debuffs are very important. And so I'm going to show you my other build. So this is my arc setup. Same armor set. So this is with just the super ability spam. This is paired up with bad juju. So kills refill the magazine, increase damage for a short duration, and grant super energy based on the strength of string of curses. So string of curses is just hold on, I'll show you what string of curses does. Sorry, a lot of talking. So if you look on my bottom left where my grenade and stuff is, you're gonna see it go up in a second. So that string of curses and my magazine is replenished. So you just kill these, and then you get damage, more damage, and it refills my magazine. So then you see my super ability, bottom left, get replenished very quickly. So it tops out at 5 catalyst 31 seconds. But now my super's back, just by killing like 8 enemies. And I'll show you what my super does in a second too. So the catalyst, it extends the duration of string of curses. So string of curses basically poisons them, and they take even more damage from the poison. And this is paired up with Psychopomp. So I actually used Psychopomp when we played together like last year. That was the current. I have a really good roll. So this has aggregate charge, the same as the sniper rifle. Hammerhead, I'll show you in a second. But I'm using gear shift, so reloading after a final blow or becoming amplified grants a longer period of increased damage, and it stacks 5 times. So let's show you right here. So you see on the bottom left, you get 15 seconds of increased damage, which that's times 3, and since I'm amplified, it's already double damage. So but this build is not centered around the weapons. But Hammerhead, this is a Void machine gun. Very good. So this has destabilizing rounds. But defeating a target creates a Void burst. Hitting other targets with this burst makes them volatile and grants you volatile rounds for an improved duration. So basically what volatile rounds does is, let's see if I can find it here. I don't have it equipped, but rapid void weapons, precision hits, and rapid void final blows grant volatile rounds, and volatile detonation grants class ability energy. So volatile rounds is like another debuff that I was talking about for my sniper rifle. So you just texted me, sorry. You said yes. See, that little explosion is the volatile round. Volatile round, volatile round. Very good. It's also paired up with Mega Kill Clip. So there's regular kill clip, there's multi kill clip, this is Mega Kill Clip. Reloading after a final blow grants a longer period of increased damage and additional final blows. So final blows is just kills, just so you know. Before reloading, further increases the duration of this damage period. And it has Forge's Kin, Black Armory Weapon, which is this is a Black Armory weapon. Final blows briefly grant ammo gen, so more heavy ammo drops, reload speed, and damage against combatants when the weapon is redrawn, and buff potency and duration increases for each equipped Black Armory weapon. And this is just alloy, faster reload when the magazine is nearly empty, and I haven't paid attention to those. So this is paired up with Storm Dancer's Brace, and I'm going to show you exactly what that does in 1 minute. Storm Trance hits, which is what my super is, and final blows increase the damage it deals, and refunds super energy when it ends. While Storm Trance is equipped, ability damage while amplified grants Bolt Charge. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you what Bolt Charge is. Wait, I might. Hold on. I'm going to try to show you what Bolt Charge is. Of course. Let's see if it finds it. Oh, that's Bolt Charge. That lightning. That was Bolt Charge. Pretty good, especially with high density areas. So let me show you what my super does. That just gives me all my abilities back and ammo. I didn't really need to do that, but whatever. So this is my super. Pretty good, pretty good. Pretty good for ad clears, which is what this is, and then you'll see how much super energy I get back. And it could be even more if there was more enemies, but there's not. So over half, and it's really good. So that armor set that just came out like a few days ago, that's what I was grinding for, because I really wanted it. It's so crazy. But yeah, this is my arc setup. This is my support setup. So this is for raids. Well of Radiance, which increases my. I'll show you. I'll do super first this time, so you see. This is Well of Radiance. So it's a healing rift. Also weapon damage and stuff while it's inside of Well of Radiance. Just cool. But yeah, so this is the Well of Radiance. So thrust your sword into the ground, damaging or scorching nearby targets. So basically it just sets them on fire. The sword projects a continuous aura, which is what you saw on the ground, granting radiant effects and restoration to nearby allies, and protects them from the effects of stasis. So basically, me and whoever is in the Well of Radiance, so teammates can also be benefited by this, cannot be frozen by stasis. And stasis is basically ice, but it's not actually ice apparently. I'll show you on my hunter. So Radiant is basically the Solar's version of Devour that I talked to you about my Void setup, which loadouts are so cool. You can just swap just like that. But so yeah, so Void's thing is Devour, Solar's thing is Radiance, Arc is Amplified, and Prismatic is all of them. So Prismatic is a cool but also kind of niche thing. This is another solar ability. So this is not all of them. This is one of each subclass. So Song of Flame, Cataclysm, Needle Storm. So this is Arc, Stasis, Solar, Void, and Strand. Basically, you can combine stuff from all the other subclasses into one, and that's what this is. So Feed the Void, this is the Devour one. Hellion, so when I cast my class ability, I'll show you right now. I have this little ball on my shoulder, and it shoots stuff, just like that, and sets them on fire. It's pretty cool. This is a buddy build, so if I also have Arc Soul, so I have Hellion and Arc Soul, and they just do it for me. They kill everything for me. And that's what this build is. Basically, I do nothing, and this stuff does everything for me. So, and my super is this. Basically, I can spam all of melee, grenade, and rift, and everything. That's what the solar does. You just spam grenades and everything. Okay, so I think I showed you all of my Warlock. So now I'm gonna show you my Hunter, but I'm gonna make sure I'm still recording because sometimes it's weird. So 1 second. Okay, I hope it's recording. It's really gonna suck. So this is my Hunter. I have a few more setups on my Hunter than my Warlock, so my Solar, I'll show you that one first. This is my new ship. I kind of like it. It's like an overgrown look. Go back to the shooting range. So if you look at my top right, you can see my frame rate, and that's what that is. So I have it capped at 144. Whatever. So this is Sunshot. So this weapon fires explosive rounds and highlights targets that take damage from Sunshot. I do not have the catalyst yet. It's let's see if I can show you one second. Oh, right here. Found in strikes in the Crucible, and I still have never found it. I'll show you what it does. I think you've used this one actually. So it just sets everything, like it explodes everything. Let's see if I can show you why it's like really cool. I'll explain what those red squares do in a second. So basically, I shoot one, and they explode too. So that's why it's pretty good. Okay. So let's get to it. So, Solar Hunter. So there's Blade Barrage, Golden Gun Deadshot, Golden Gun Marksman, and Blade Barrage. So I'm using Blade Barrage. It's pretty good. So Crack Shot. So that is what those red squares was. So activating your class ability fires 3 scorching shots at combatants you've marked. Aim at targets, mark them. But I don't have to do that because Sunshot does it for me. Landing all 3 shots cures me. Basically, it gives me restoration, it heals me, and it gives me good survivability. So I'm going to show you what Crack Shot is. Pretty cool, you're going to see. It just shoots stuff. And then Speedloader Slacks is my exotic armor piece. Dodging instantly reloads all your weapons and grants increased reload and handling to you and nearby allies. While the buff is active, additional dodges increase the buff strength and refresh the timer, maxing out at 5 stacks. Dealing sustained damage grants class ability energy. So, I'm going to show you, it's pretty cool. Okay, basically all my ammo, all my guns are basically out of ammo. I just do that and everything's reloaded. I never have to reload anything. And my armor set is from Cosmodrome. This is what I was grinding like a week ago. Oh, so this is when I was like, oh, I got the right one, the right helmet. That's what this one is. But so final blows with the area of effect damage, basically the Sunshot. Solar abilities, 7th Seraph weapons. So this Festival Flight is a 7th Seraph weapon, or Aikilos weapons. Grant Warmind charges. Each stack of Warmind charge increases your weapons and grenade stats. That's cool, but we don't really care about the 2-piece. While you have Warmind charges, defeating powerful combatants, destroying a construct, or destroying a tangle releases a solar detonation that damages combatants and heals me. So constructs include barricades, turrets, stasis crystals, and other objects created in the field. So this also pairs with my stasis setup, which I will show you in a minute. So this doesn't have like the instant super regen as my other one, but this is just a crack shot spam. So let's see, did I read you the rest? Oh, this ability's damage increases with your class stat when your class stat is 100 or higher on the bottom of that. Mine's at 185, plus I have a class font mod, which is an invisible plus 20 to your class stat. So it's really at max at 200. This also pairs with the 105 super, so I get the most super energy I can, plus 2% super damage. Is pretty minuscule, but if I really wanted to push it up, I could get new armor pieces and 120 melee. So my other aspect, knock them down. Your solar supers are enhanced. Deadshot Golden Gun, the one I'm not using. Marksman Golden Gun, the one I'm not using, has increased duration, and Blade Barrage launches more projectiles. I'll show you that in 1 second. So that's what that super does. Unfortunately, I don't get my super energy back instantly like my other one, but it doesn't matter. Oh, that was healing grenade. I'm running healing grenade because it's just instant restoration times 2 and cure. I would explain the fragments to you, but it is kind of complicated. You can read them if you want. Radiant and restoration effects apply to you have increased duration. That's pretty simple. Applying restoration, cure, or radiant to allies grants increased grenade, melee, and class ability regen for a short duration. Wait, why do I have that on? Because I play solo most of the time. Why do I have that on? Shoot. Yeah, I should probably just run that. Why the heck was I running that? Okay, I don't know. Oh! Plus 10 class. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry. Wait. Am I tripping? Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. But yeah, that's my solar setup. This is my arc setup. It's not super good. I'll still show you it though. It's a work in progress, but I will still show you it. So this weapon is Trinity Goal. So fires an arrow that splits when released. Aiming down sights and fully drawing the bow both decrease the spread. And the catalyst, Lightning Rod, now triggers from any arc damage. So Lightning Rod. Precision kills grant the next shot chain lightning capabilities. I will show you that right now. So this is gonna basically kill other. It's kind of difficult, but okay. Let me show you. Yeah. Okay. So when enemies are close, you just shoot one of them and it kills all of them. Okay, so Mint Retrograde, it's just a rocket pulse rifle, pretty good. And then this is a hammerhead, but it's a shiny hammerhead. Kind of rare, and it also has a really good roll, Onslaught and Rampage. So Final Blows with this weapon grant increased damage for an improved duration, stacks up to 3 times. Final Blows with this weapon increases fire rate of, or rate of fire for an improved duration, and I should probably switch that. This is, oh wait, sorry. This is Gifted Conviction. Activating Ascension or Tempest Strike. Let me show you what. That's Ascension. And it kills pretty much everything. Throws bouncing explosives at nearby targets and jolt that damage from, sorry, I can't read. Jolting nearby targets grants you damage resistance. So basically, I would just be 1 second. I spam Ascension. That stuff explodes. I do that. Spam Ascension. That explodes. I do that. Spam Ascension. That explodes. It's like infinite damage resistance, and I just don't die. So yeah, this is my Void one. This is a cool one, and I'm going to show you in 1 second. So this hand cannon I'm holding, this is Turncoat. This is a brand new one that just came out with this season's reward pass that came out just a couple weeks ago for Monument of Triumph, the final update. This is what it really looks like. Sorry. This is what it really looks like. It still looks pretty cool. But I have ornaments for it, so I'm just running this one. This one also looks kind of cool, but I like this one more. So yeah, this is Turncoat, and I'm going to show you what it does. So, you kill enemies to get latent power. Look at my bottom left, latent power. You just shoot enemies, kill enemies, then you hold down X. It turns into this thing. It explodes, weakens all targets. You have infinite ammo, and then once it ends, hold on. I get a Void Overshield on my top. So if you look at my health, I just don't die. Because it's just free damage resistance. And yeah. So now I'm going to show you my other thing. So this melee just came out with this update. You dash forward, slashing combatants as you pass through them. Deals significantly increased damage to void debuffed targets or targets marked by On the Prowl, which is what this is. It periodically marks nearby combatants as a priority target for you and your team. Entering invisibility immediately marks a target. Defeating priority targets creates a weakening cloud of smoke and makes you and allies invisible when passing through it. When priority targets are defeated, you and your nearby allies gain increased weapon reload speed and stability for a short duration, and granted grenade, melee, and class ability energy. I think that's a misspell. It's supposed to say and grants grenade, melee, and class ability energy. And then my other aspect is stylish executioner. Defeating a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target grants invisibility and true sight. After performing a stylish execution, your next melee attack, while invisible, weakens surrounding targets. So Vortex Grenade, instant weakening. Your Void Grenades weaken targets. Defeating weakened targets creates an Orb of Power and a Void Breach. Void Breaches grant me Devour. Orb of Power gives me more super energy. Picking up a Void Breach for an Orb of Power grants Devour. Yeah, that's what my other fragment does. Melee Final Blows grant grenade energy. So basically I spam this, it gives me more grenade energy. I spam this, it gives me more melee energy. Void ability Final Blows cause targets to explode, which is just good in general. And I'm pairing this up with Morbius Quiver, which is my super, and I'm going to show you this in just 1 second. Very good. 3. And I just get a ton of, and I'm going to show you my melee. I dodge to get more melee energy. I'll do it again. 1 second for it to regen. And yeah. So I'm going to show you what this does because I haven't explained it yet. So the Festival Flight Grenade Launcher. Slice. Casting your class ability allows this weapon to sever targets on hit for an improved duration, up to a maximum number of targets. So I'm going to show you what that does in just 1 second. I have to reset the thing. So I shoot this, use my class ability, that activates Slice, and you see it just slowly draining, and I get Orbs of Power from it. If you look at latent power on the bottom, I weaken them, it deals more damage, and finish. So yeah. And this is paired up with Kapiri Sting. Defeating a weakened target releases a burst of weakening smoke and refunds Void melee ability energy. So this whole build is just surrounded around spamming my melee because it's just pretty good. Sorry. And I'm not editing this video, so basically I can just spam my melee. So it's just pretty good in my Morbius Quiver weakness target. And I can go through them, which is just cool. What was I gonna explain? Oh, that's right. So my Morbius Quiver tethers foes to avoid anchor, so meaning they can't run away, dramatically weakening and suppressing them for you. Fires 2 volleys of 3 void arrows that seek nearby targets. Shadow Shot makes targets volatile and deals increased damage to tethered targets. Defeating tethered targets creates orbs of power. And I can cast this twice, like you said, or like I already showed. So I do it once, and I can get rid of it twice. And I can use grenade. So yeah. And now I'm gonna show you what's next. Stasis. Let's go. I like this build. So this is the Huckleberry, my exotic kinetic SMG. It increases the rate of fire and recoil while you're holding down the trigger. Final blows dealt with this weapon reload the magazine. And the catalyst is kinetic tremors. So sustained kinetic damage to a target emits a shockwave that damages any nearby targets. Let's see if I can show you that. Let's see if I can show it. That's the kinetic tremor. Sorry, I just had to show off. Okay, this is my exotic armor piece, Withering Blade, which is my my melee. Hits and bounces, creates a small stasis crystal, which let me show that right now. Yeah, that's what that is. Then you can shoot it and it explodes. I'm actually gonna change my thing real quick. Okay. And refunds a portion of melee energy. You see my melee already halfway back. Using Withering Blade to shatter crystals or frozen targets releases a spread of Withering Blades. And I haven't explained these yet, the mods, but gain bonus super energy on melee kills, I have 2 of those, and rapid kinetic final blows create an orb of power, and this is my kinetic weapon. Let me show you the gameplay loop. This is what people call it, is the gameplay loop. So basically, I spam my Withering Blade, use my Shatter Grenade, they explode, I dodge, use my Withering Blade again, they die, I use my super, I just missed that, but it moves around freezing targets, and then that's my Shatter Grenade. I dodge, I use my Withering Blade, they explode, and they just die. It's very, very good. That's my Shatter Grenade. And I haven't explained this one very good. And these are champions, by the way. They are not supposed to die very easily. So, my 4-piece set bonus is while you have... I've explained this before, but it's even better on this build. So while you have Warmind charges, defeating powerful combatants, destroying a construct, or destroying a tangle releases a solar detonation that damages combatants and heals allies. And if you look on the bottom, constructs include barricades, turrets, stasis crystals, which is what this is. That's a stasis crystal. And other objects created in the field. So I'm going to use my Shatter Grenade. Okay, that was a very bad representation. That's my fault. Okay. I just went too slow because I was trying to explain it. So look. Freeze them, use my Shatter Grenade. I guess I'm just... Okay. Okay, I gotta restart. Okay. Freeze them, use my stasis crystal, they explode. Yeah, that was the Warmind charges. That right there was. Them exploding, that was the Warmind charge. Those constant explosions are the Warmind charges. Very good because there is no cooldown. Those red explosions are Warmind charges. Very good. And this is a raid setup. So what was this? Shards of Galanor? Oh! Sorry. So this is basically just my like my solar setup, but it's with the 4-piece super set. Refund super energy. So I have to use red volumes for this. Or I could probably get away with these. Okay. So it's kind of just like my Warlock, but this is for solar. So activate Radiant. Have more than half of my super is back. And then if I show you on a boss, this is what Shards of Galanor does. The Throwing Knife Final Blows decrease the cooldown of super. This is also cool because if you look at this, it has Knock 'em down. So while Radiant, Final Blows with your equipped Throwing Knife, which is what this is, fully refund melee energy. So, if you look here, Radiant, instant Radiant, boom, I have my melee. Boom, I have my melee. It's very, very, very good. Boom, it's back. Boom, it's back. Okay, I guess for some reason it didn't refund there, but you did see I killed him. So, there's that. Hitting a single target with most Blade Barrage knives, it's the same super as before Blade Barrage. In a volley, causes them to release a violent solar explosion. So let's see if I can show that. I should be able to. So this is, I'm gonna do the boss combatant. That explosion is the shards of Gallon. Okay. Hits and final blows with Blade Barrage will return super energy after the super ends. So this just goes perfectly with the 4-piece set. If there's like a crowd of enemies, or I hit most of my things with the boss, I gain more than half of my super back. Very, very good. And again, Sunshot, don't have the catalyst, same grenade launcher. This is a different hammerhead, but it's the same thing, just a different role. And none of these are masterwork, so these stats are pretty good. So melee, this is a 125% melee energy and 10% damage in PvE, and then 175% super. So 125% super energy and an additional 34% super damage. And then just summon class at least 70 class, so when I cast my class ability, I just get free knife energy. And then if I get a kill with a knife, it gives me free class ability energy. I can just do that over and over again. So that's the Iron Battalion set. So I'm going to show you my Titan now. I only have one build on my Titan, but it's actually pretty good. It's just a stasis build. It's a little bit different than my Hunter. I haven't really done a whole lot with my Titan, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. That one's not good. Ignore that one. I'm not going to show you that one. I want to equip that one. So it's the same 7th Seraph set, but this Titan takes advantage of it even more. And I'm going to show you that in just a second. The stats aren't perfect, so ignore that. I haven't farmed for any stats because I just haven't been using my Titan because I just don't care. I've tried, I don't like it, and I'm done trying. And this is Cabal, so this is everything. So that's Taken, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Taken. So this is the last one, just so you know. And I'm going to show you what this does. It's pretty cool. So, Super's not important because we're never going to use it. So, Howl of Storm. While sliding, activate your charged melee ability. That's what this is. To launch a wave of stasis energy forward that freezes enemy combatants, slows enemy players, and creates stasis crystals. So I'm going to slide and I'm going to use my melee at pretty much the exact same time. That's what that is, and then I'm going to use my grenade launcher. Everything goes up. It's pretty good, and you can just spam it. I can use it like, as long as I have melee energy, you can just spam it. It's pretty good, I just don't want to use the Titan that much. And what I was doing is shooting on the ground like that is one-shot handheld grenade launcher. Projectiles release a wave of energy when they contact the ground, and that's what you just saw. And Crystalline Corpse Bloom. That's the exact perk that we need. Rapid final blows spawn a larger stasis crystal near the victim's location. Let's see if I can... I don't know if I'll be able to, but it goes super well with that melee that I was just doing. Okay, I guess it just doesn't have enough damage to kill him. You could also use this one, which also has Crystalline Corpse Bloom, and I also have a few others in my vault. I have a ton of stuff in here. I need to go clear it, but this is paired up with Icefall Mantle. So while you have Stasis super equipped, Rapid Stasis Final Blows, which what I was doing with the melee and exploding the crystals, that counts as Rapid Stasis Final Blows. Grant you Frost Armor. So I don't know why I did that. Okay, whatever. So if you look just above my super, in 1 second you're going to see I have tons of Frost Armor. And what Frost Armor does is it gives you damage reduction. It's very, very good. So I instantly have 7 stacks of Frost Armor, meaning I just don't die. As long as you're not like being an idiot, just don't die. And it's pretty good. So I'm pairing this up with Tommy's Matchbook. It's basically just an exotic auto rifle. Sustained fire with this weapon overheats it, increasing the damage of it, but also burns the user, so it burns me. But with the Catalyst, while ignition trigger is active, which is when it starts overheating, final blows with this weapon cure me, and sustained fire scorches your target. So let's see if I can trigger the thing. Okay, ignition trigger, that's what that is. Now I have cure, and I just don't really die. Especially with the frost armor, because you just don't really die. You have cure, you have frost armor, you have stasis, like it's just pretty good. And this is just paired up with Love and Death. It's just a fire grenade launcher. I believe it's Unstoppable Champion. Yeah. So yeah, that's just all my builds, and yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, and I talked a lot, so yeah.